Good morning, everyone. It is Stephen and Andrea from Pin in the Atlas. And this morning, we are at an undisclosed location.
We're at a height of about 6,500 feet, somewhere in Nevada, and we've come across a small homestead. Now, presumably this homestead was built in 1941 by a gentleman by the name of Roy. Not a lot else is known about this area. The mines were active until 1951, and the gentleman Roy passed away in 1966 and is buried in Tonopah. Apart from that, little else is known about this camp. Let's explore.
So we're going to start exploring this place clockwise. Start here at the cars and work our way around the property. And this one has been completely gone through. See, there's some seats and a few things back in here. Major rat's nest now. But everything else has pretty much been stripped away.
I found I think it's a VIN number on the top here. So what sort of car would this be?
I do not know. There's no markings, no emblems. I kind of recognize the body style. It's a really cool looking little car.
Yeah, it's a shame so much of it's been
Gone through.
Yeah, repurposed.
And just up from that other vehicle, we found this. This looks really amazing.
So would this have been a pickup truck?
This is a pickup truck made completely out of wood, minus the frame.
Yeah, even the tailgate still got the hinges, and that's made out of wood too.
Right.
Not the hinges.
Yeah. We got some metal running boards, a firewall. The engine is still in it. So this could have been repurposed. They stripped it apart and put a wooden bed frame on it, or truck bed frame.
Would this be 1920s?
Could be 20s, 30s, perhaps.
You've even got the metal runners across the base of the bed.
That is really cool. You've got some more car frames there. Some running boards. This one, piece of metal has been cut out of the side. And then look at this one. It's just a shame so much of it's been picked apart.
It's even got the running boards on it.
Doors.
Yeah, shot full of bullet holes.
Engine's gone.
And again, this has got a wooden frame. Not a wooden frame, a wooden base. So again, with this 1920s, 1930s.
I'd imagine.
Look inside the door. Even the door panelling's all made of wood, and it's even still got some cloth, some fabric on it.
It's very cool to still see some of that, the nails in there, screws. And just think, this was one of those cars you would get dressed up in your Sunday best for a day out on the town.
Now, is this for petrol?
Yes.
What a cool looking vehicle.
There's the vehicles down there. Hiding in the trees up here is a neat piece of machinery.
This looks like it's one of those nodding donkeys.
At first glance, that's what it looks like to me as well.
So would this have been maybe for water.
Could have been for water, yeah, for a well. You see you got some parts up there. Yeah, Andrew will...
So it still moves.
It still moves.
Now obviously this isn't the proper location of this piece of machinery.
It does look like it's been moved on some blocks here. Then on the back, still got some of the metal where the gear would have mounted here to turn it.
And it looks like there was a building next to it that's since collapsed.
Yeah.
Oh, let's take a look at the other buildings.
We will continue on in our clockwise motion. This big piece of metal here. Other rivets on there.
Now, presumably Roy lived here alone. There's quite a lot of buildings for a single person.
Yeah, the grounds are quite extensive, and the build quality of these buildings is really good.
We'll take a look at the shed.
Now this, I wonder what this would, maybe a type of workshop. It's got a little loft in the top there.
It's got wire mesh, so I'm wondering whether or not it was chicken wire. I don't know how old that is, but maybe
shelves.
it wasn't a workshop, maybe it was for animals. Although saying that, there is like
Looks
cover
like,
spaces.
Don't think the engine was in here originally.
This was obviously part of that shelf unit in there. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like a post where you put the mail.
Right, or in grade school, your little cubby where you would keep your binders and things.
Strange. And then down here, there's another little...
Oh, a little small one. Roof's completely collapsed in this one. Look at the little door in the back here.
So I'm wondering whether or not, again, maybe for chickens or something, because you've got some
Chicken
mesh
wire,
here,
right.
which to me looks like there was a little hole for the animals to get in and out, and maybe a pen wired in.
Yeah, because if you look, there is a perimeter, because the wire follows all the way around up to there, and then back down this side. So this was an entire pen here at one point. That's collapsed down.
So these look like magazines. I can't see a date on any of them. They're too far gone. No, unfortunately. There's a cartoon though.
The funnies.
So this is quite a small pen, but definitely an animal.
You can tell they cared about their animals and everything. Every structure is built solidly.
A lot of work for one man.
Yes, there was. And we'll head back up and check out this building at the top. Now this one, see, it's got the main structure with the door and the windows, and on both sides it gives the appearance of like little garage areas. And there are some shelving units back in there. So it could have kept a bunch of parts. Look how the walls completely caved in from the land. Roof's coming down. But it's got Got a lot of workbenches, shelves. Those are drawers up on top that would have been in there.
Couple of chairs.
It's got a vent pipe up there, so could have had a stove in here at one point.
And unfortunately, people have been using this wood for their campfires.
That's terrible. And then here, the last side, again, like a little carport area. This was a later add-on. As you can see, this was the finished outside wall. And then just nailed some more lumber on.
So what would this have been?
Beats me. It looks like some type of a boiler for maybe steam or something for mining, possibly.
Oh, I've just seen. Oh, up here.
A little dog house?
Maybe. Or
Or no?
if he had chickens, could it have been for a rooster?
Rooster pen, yeah, keep them separate.
You've got wire mesh to let air in and no flies. And there's pieces of string at the back. And obviously this was a lock for the door. Ah, that's really cute.
That's cool. Covered in metal. Make sure it wanted to last.
And now, let's take a look.
And here is the main feature. The house on the property.
It's even got some stone steps to get up.
The work that this guy put into the place is really remarkable. You can see the stones, some of the cement work in here.
He's actually built this into the side of the rocks.
And dug
The
it
hill.
out. And you can see how he's mixed. There's some brick with the stone, cement work in here, and plaster over the top.
Have you seen the brick floor?
Put a lot of work into here.
So do you think this could have been his original cabin while he was building the rest of the homestead?
That could be how it started, yeah. Look at this. He's built around a car frame up there to give it added strength on the floor up above.
It's all wired for electric too.
And it's still got the wiring. That's incredible. And then there's this room back here. Got a mattress frame in it now. See the boards and what's around. Oh, shelves. So cold storage. Yeah, this could have been his original home, and then he's just added.
Built on top.
Still, look at all the... It's just incredible the amount of work that went into this. Let's see all the brickwork here, and then the plaster, and then cement work.
A lot of love.
Totally.
And it's still got a stove, the vent pipe, but also there's an old vent pipe there that's been blocked up.
Right, it goes straight up.
So I would say obviously that would have been the original where the stove was, and then they moved it once the upstairs was built. And you've got all these cupboards. obviously empty.
That is very neat.
And really not a lot of rat poop either. Very, very little. I'll keep those closed.
And everything made by hand.
That's what amazes me. I mean, not just the feat of making everything by hand, but also in those days, getting all the timber up here. Obviously, there were cars, so he could, you know, transport the timber and everything.
Right.
But even so, it still would have been a feat.
Absolutely. Because this is super remote today. And back when he was building it, I mean, where was the nearest lumber yard, you know?
They've even got guttering.
Yeah, let's come down. And also what I've just noticed is he's clad the outside on that section with tin, but this is still wood over here. So I wonder if that was a work in progress or this was...
I think this could have been the extension. So if he built the downstairs first, obviously, then built the upstairs part above the concrete where the car frame is, and this was an add-on. So he was like...
continually.
Yeah.
And then these steps are pretty much demolished.
So it's got a little loft hatch as well up the top.
I think for ventilation.
And there's a stovepipe. You see the stove.
Yeah.
Do you wanna?
So this looks like the kitchen area.
I mean, look at the wood floors.
They're in really good shape. And I also like this feature, the windows. See up here they're on latches. Or not latches, hinges. And the ceiling materials come down. This looks like masonite.
Again, all wired for electricity.
And this feels very, very sturdy. Very solidly built.
Now, before you go in there, I've just noticed something here, and I just wanted to ask you. So there's a pipe here.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look like a water pipe. That looks more like a gas pipe, doesn't it? Or not?
I'm not sure. I would imagine that would have been water pipe because this looks like the kitchen area.
I was just trying to think where the stove or... Well, I guess the stove would be over there where the vent pipe is.
Right.
And then the kitchen sink is missing.
And there's a lot of cardboard debris. Small mattresses.
That little closet in the corner.
That's what it looks like to me. It's got the bar for hanging clothes off of, so yeah, little closet. Then a loft space, attic space. See if I can lift the camera up into there.
Oops. Too dark?
I'm not sure. It looks pretty dark.
Didn't bring the flash. So this also, so this was the original from the stove from downstairs.
Yeah.
So he did reuse it because it goes up.
Very cool.
Another lino on the floor. It's just, I'm sure there isn't anything in any of the cupboards, not now. No, all empty.
Back outside here, got a glimpse of it before we went in. But all the guttering system, you can see it ran together into the tank to collect all the rainwater. You see here is the pipe, so this possibly what ran down over here towards the kitchen. Very cool. So we'll continue to walk around the outside and see, peer through the windows. We were just in there. Different look at the cardboard boxes. So still got screen in these windows. And all the different tin. Still some very faint writing on that one. Camera's right in the way.
This is coffee. This is a coffee one. It's got coffee with a person. Can't make
Does it
out.
say Hillsboro's?
Yes.
Yep.
This is so cool.
One last peek in. We'll get a closer look at the closet.
I've also noticed that underneath this tin are layers of cardboard box for extra insulation.
Right, and that's another reason why a lot of these mining camps, mining towns, would continually say that they're ravaged by fire. That's a reason why. You know, they get the stoves in there, they pack the walls full of newspaper, cardboard, and when it gets too hot, that catches a light, and next thing you know, the town's gone. There's one last little pen. I don't know, we keep saying like chicken coops, but I'm not sure what other type of animal you would have had. See, there's two small logs in there like they were for roosting. Large window. I don't see any chicken wire over anything though. But again, very well built little building. And then one last item for us to look at.
Because no trip would be complete without a trip to the outhouse.
And is it a double? It certainly is.
So again, if this is a double outhouse, it does make you think that he must have lived here with somebody.
Yeah, otherwise what's the purpose of that? Alright everyone, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for coming along with us to explore this abandoned miners' camp.
And it is a shame that we feel that we can't give out these locations, and we do have a reason for that. I know it does annoy some people, but until the vandalism, the theft, the looting stops, we feel that these places need to remain for people who really want to get out there, go and explore, and put another pin in the atlas.
Now we will see you on our next adventure.
Bye.
Bye.